Pitre Dish is back for the second season. How y'all all doing out there? I'm your host, Howard Pitre, along with host Mr. Nick Muley, Miss Adrienne Hart. She's on the shitter. And Nick, you asked me earlier about Jeremy. He went back to his home planet to visit his parents there in Endor. His mama Wookiee, daddy Wookiee, all the Wookiee family. So that's where he's at right now. Send him greetings. Send him some greetings. Jeremy.
Here we go. Going back to start off with that.
We did some changes on the Pitre Dish. We have went back to the original crew. Went back to I guess if you ever tried old Coke and new Coke, we went back to old Coke. So so we're just sticking it out to what we know. I think I had we like old Coke, man. I was going to get a surprise for you, Natalie. On tonight. Yeah, I was working on it, but I couldn't arrange it in time. But maybe we could set something up later. I was going to get the Ghosty Girls to come on here and meet with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right?
But Aaron's working right now, and she can't get in touch with. She can get in touch with the girls, but it's just going to take a lot to get them set up and everything. So.
Well, that would have been a cool surprise. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I thought that would have been nice to see all that. So yeah. Well, like I said, we're back for season 2. Believe it or not, Facebook kept this. I was shocked. I was extremely shocked.
Speaking of which, there's Aaron right there on the chat.
Why is that? What happened?
What's that?
Is that? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have asked the question. I said, well, why is that? What happened with that?
With Facebook?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this show canceled since day one.
I feel like I'm having deja vu right now, by the way, which is really weird. Yeah. I'm having a full-on deja vu experience.
I've been trying to get the show canceled. It just hasn't worked. I mean,
and ironically enough, after 3 or 4 episodes, you guys brought me in that.
Yeah. And I said, well, maybe we'll class up the joint here and bring in Nick, but unfortunately, Nick doesn't stoop to our level.
Not quite.
But yeah. It's sad. It's sad day in the Facebook world. I was just sharing it out to a few pages. I needed to share this out to. Many of you guys go to the DeadCon in Indiana.
Yes,
As a matter of fact,
I was there.
Our guest tonight is Miss Natalie Jones, and she was at DeadCon, I believe, in Indiana. Were you?
I wish. I might have been there. Maybe I didn't about it. No, I was out at Vulture City Paracon, and then this weekend I'll be at the History Haunts and Legends. But DeadCon, Paraflix was there. The Ghost Finders were there representing.
That's what
it looks like an incredible event, and of course, WarrenCon was this past weekend. They're back to back right now. It's that time of year. So, did anyone know anyone that went to DeadCon?
Of course,
yes.
I dreamt about it.
I mean, Jeremy, who's not on right now, he was obviously he and his crew were there, and then there was a lot of people I knew. That too many to name, but there was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sharing this now. I'm sharing this in the UK.
The Baby Yoda hoodie. I do not remember seeing some kid with a Baby Yoda hoodie. The hell is that? Chrissy was there too.
Chrissy Baggett was there.
Yeah, she was there. I actually, funny enough, I was with her and Ricky after the first day of the con. We hung out at the hotel for a good portion of the evening. So it was awesome hanging out with them.
That's cool. What was your favorite part about that?
I think it was just the full event that I really liked. I mean, I didn't really have a particular favorite moment. I think the entire con was fantastic. It was just great to officially be back in business with these Paracons because it's been far too long.
Yeah. And now, Nick, this is the first time that you and I have
That's correct.
Yeah. So.
I've seen you on shows. I've seen obviously with Paraflex, but yeah, first time ever meeting him.
Well, she said you missed out, Nick, because you should have been on last night's show because everybody got a free year subscription to Paraflex on Smart Talk. So you missed out, brother.
I had something going on. I would have.
I don't know. I might have missed that part. I'll have to rewind.
She blacked out a little bit. That's all right, though. I mean, it happens. I mean,
I was in and out.
That's right. He was kind of.
My parents take down Halloween decorations last night. We got a lot of stuff.
Work here. That's bad. What else I gotta finish that too?
Are you still sharing out there, Howard?
Yeah, I've been already sent this thing out to about. I have the new StreamYard. I have the premium package where I can share out to 8. I do 8 platforms at one time, and then I share it out even further than that. So I mean,
so that baby goes everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I mean, we may be streaming out to Mars.
That's what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Paraflex and post this on Paraflex too.
There you go.
That's your baby. Yeah. So everybody can see the big boss lady on TV.
Yeah, Paraflex is our baby. Love Paraflex. Paraflex is the new streaming service dedicated to paranormal, the supernatural, UFO, extraterrestrial. There's a lot of different genres on there. So now the app is on Amazon Fire TV and Apple TV and Roku TV, of course, the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. Have y'all had a chance to check it out yet? If you haven't, there's a free 3-day trial as well. Have y'all had a chance to check out?
But what happens after 3 days?
What's that?
What happens after 3 days?
You keep your subscription.
I can't afford that. I can't even afford bread right now.
Well, you know what? There's a 25% off code your annual subscription. It's like $20 for the entire year. You get access to all of the content that's exclusive. You can't find like 90% of it anywhere else. It's a deal. We'll have to talk.
As a matter of fact, I think that's Crystal that's in the room right now, if I'm not mistaken, and she posted this. There it is.
Yep, we'll be back. We'll definitely be back.
Awesome.
I like this guy, this lady or guy, whoever this is. It's Epic Kid.
I don't know who that is either.
He's a supporter.
Well, he said he was also the one. He was the one apparently.
This guy on the screen right now.
So he was also at DeadCon.
Really?
Yeah. If you go back to the earlier comments, when he asked about, you remember you guys a kid with a baby? Oh, he's like, oh, he's 12. Okay, wow.
He's a guy. Thank you, little brother. I don't know what you're doing watching this because it is R-rated. I don't know if mom and dad gonna let you watch this.
Uh-oh.
Then again, I've done a lot of stuff when I was 12. So
we'll try
to. Oh shit! Who's on here?
Howard.
Look who it is.
What?
Who?
Oh, Jacqueline.
Jackie.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi, Jackie.
That's my fiance.
Aw.
Yeah.
You better be happy.
Congratulations. Love from the Fun House. Hi, everyone. From Brandon, Casey, Kristen, and Elizabeth. They're amazing. They have a new Halloween special release called Pet Cemetery. So
Pet Cemetery.
Yes. Yep.
Now, everybody, we've seen it as Facebook user, but you have to allow permission for us, for us to show your name. So if you go back and click onto it and allow us permission, you can see who you actually are. So we appreciate that.
Yes, I think it might be Brandon. Brandon, is that you? So I guess we've got about an hour and 50 minutes of some good fun.
Yeah, we could talk about, I don't know, anything, everything. We could talk about, we talked about a lot of stuff about you last night. If you watched the Paranormal Swarm Talk,
Yeah.
it was very interesting, very educational. We learned a lot of things about you. We did find out today that, and Natalie did confirm she did have a cheeseburger today, hamburger. So she did get a sandwich.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Okay, I will give you a multiple choice, and you can each guess the answer. A, McDonald's. B, like where was the cheeseburger from? Okay, so B, Wendy's. 3, Whataburger. Or 4, none of the above.
None of the above.
I'm gonna have to
None
go
of the above.
I would have said Whataburger, but I'm gonna say none of the above too.
It was totally Wendy's. It was the closest option.
Really?
Yeah. I
get a welfare burger.
I have not had Whataburger in like over 15 years, I think. I mean, it's been a long
Yeah, Whataburger is really good. They've got a lot of locations. Now, do they have Whataburger in Louisiana?
Yeah, I think in Mississippi they do.
Yeah.
I might have seen one in Alabama. I mean, in upper Louisiana, but I didn't really see
Oklahoma does. Here. So Florida has them, that's the last time I had. Unfortunately, we don't. Natalie, I don't know if you know. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, so we don't have them. We don't have those up here.
They put it on a pizza. Everything's on a pizza up there.
Oh God!
Yeah, a lot of people get excited to come to Texas just because they know the Whataburger is here. So it's a pretty big deal. Mm-hmm.
I see Jerry Tucker Berry is watching, and she happy birthday, Jerry. I just seen that today. She is with an investigation group out there in Texas.
Yes, she is. I actually met her at Haunted Hill House a couple months ago. Happy birthday, Jerry. Happy birthday to you. I hope that you had the best day ever.
We actually investigated Myrtle's plantation together.
I agree.
So she's a fun lady.
Yes. Yeah, she's
and she says Whataburger is gross.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you know what? I will like halfway agree. Like it's hit or miss, and then you have to eat it while it's fresh too. Like the fries, you got to eat them while they're fresh for sure. And I can't wait to see Jerry again. So y'all investigated at Myrtle's?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Sure did. Yeah, we caught a few things there. Caught a buzz too. We was actually drinking outside. Yeah, it was fun too, wasn't it, Jerry? That was fun when we got that buzz going on. We had fun. Everybody had fun. Everybody had fun at that investigation. And we caught a lot of stuff, but of course, Myrtle's has done changed so much where they have an outside right there in the courtyard. There's a restaurant now. They added in this like condo thing where they can put a lot of little apartments in there where people can go in and stay in there. And there's Greg. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Everything you have to debunk. I mean, everything is tainted. Everything is tainted. So,
bathroom.
Yeah.
Greg just got home from
it's a big old family now. We got Greg home.
Jerry knows.
Yeah.
That's where demons actually struck at Myrtle's. They struck at Myrtle's. A Duff Green Mansion in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Oh, they were terrible at that place. But it was almost satanic. It was like,
oh my goodness.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, there was a huge party. Yeah, that was irritating. I remember that night. You couldn't do anything. I mean, everything was tainted. I mean, they go through every hour and they ring this bell and they for their tours, and which I think was. I mean, it's great for them to want to make money, but in the evening time, I'm sure if you go to bed early and you got somebody walking outside your door, that's not fun. So I mean, it's. I wouldn't pay $200 something an hour, almost $300 a night to go stay there. Let's put it that way. My thoughts.
Probably not.
Yeah, I did call up there one time to get pricing, because there was a couple of us that were interested in doing an event there, but more of like a really, small group of us. So that, we got the pricing and then just never really proceeded from there. It was a bit on the pricey side, but I mean, for Myrtle's plantation, that seemed pretty fair.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys gone to a well-known place to investigate?
Well, you're talking to the lady up there who owns a whole paranormal network. So I think she's been to a few places. I think all of us has been to a few places that they're very well known.
Yeah.
I think so.
So y'all want to list some of your, Natalie, list some of the places that you've been to.
Yeah. Well, this year specifically, I was going to go back to the Old Park Hotel for the Hallow Scream event. I was bummed out I missed that. So Dan and Connie, if you're watching next year, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to come. I did pop out and to Haunted Hill House. It's I mean, I know when we say like rated, it's hard to say like what does that mean and who decides that, but it is one of the most haunted locations in the United States. I've been there multiple times. So Haunted Hill House. Earlier this year, I was at Ohio State Reformatory. I've been to the Lavaca County Jail, the Gothic Hanging Jail. One of the locations that's not as known is the Demon Theater, but it should be. That's up in Kansas. So those are just a few places that I've been. What about y'all?
Natalie, if I may ask, when were you at the Ohio State Reformatory earlier this year?
That was in like February. It was really cold. I know it was winter. Yeah.
Because I was there a few months later, but it was like around May that I went.
Yeah, so you were there like a really good time. It wasn't like too hot, too cold. Because I know in the summer it's like really hot.
Right.
And then in the winter, yeah. And I was in solitary quite a bit as well. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were at the Ohio State Reformatory for Parapsychon, which we are planning going back next year. So it's a great place.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. I want to go back at least 2 more times, but I mean, there's so many places that I still, that I still have on my list that I haven't made it to, especially in the last couple of years with it being so, locked down with everything going on. So, Adrienne, what about you?
I guess the most well-known place I went to this year was Waverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness it was one of the last tours that Ernie and Denise did. I'm not going to say anything about the new team. I don't know. I wasn't there. But what I will say is Ernie and Denise actually care about the history of the place, and all the investigators that have come before that to get the history of the place and get a story from the nurse, the whatever it is they say that's there. They get the history of it. From what I understand, the new people do not. They refuse to use any metaphysical. Okay.
Yes.
We are paranormal investigators. We are metaphysical. So without metaphysical, you have what? History. That's all you have. And anybody can read history and not want to go in there. I just don't understand. But we were lucky enough to get the last of one of their tours, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a paranormal investigator, and I'm non-physical. So I mean, I'm gonna put that out there too.
One of the places that's not as well known that should be is the Berkeley Plantation. I was there like a couple of years ago now, maybe, or maybe a year ago. I don't know. The timeline throws me off sometimes. It's just been a big whirlwind. So have any of y'all heard much about the Berkeley Plantation or been there?
Never heard.
Not much.
You have heard too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite the location. It's settled out in near, I believe, Charleston. No, I'm going to go ahead and turn on
Is it North Carolina?
So
somewhere in the Carolinas, I think.
Yeah, I flew out to Virginia, and so but that location is right on the river.
Charles City, County, Virginia. That's where it is.
Yeah, and it's right there on the river. So it was like one of the original locations of like the founding, like the Thanksgiving.
The Berkeley 100.
Mm-hmm. So it's like there's a huge history of like Confederate soldiers, and you can really feel all of the energy and all of the. You feel like you're really in that era whenever you're there, just because it does have like such that heaviness still with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would highly recommend it. And it's so huge. It's like it's spread out on acres, and there's a bunch of different buildings. We had some really incredible activity, door slamming, EVPs, and everything while we were there. So it's on the Hudson River. That's what it is. It's right there on the Hudson. Mm-hmm. That was.
I think he's asking
also, we have.
Since
I'll be in Colorado soon, we have there's a, okay, I'm going to get in trouble because I don't have it in front of me, but it's a place where they settled. Oh, ignore Zach. It's a place where they settled all these slaves. Just kind of went in their own little town there in Colorado. And it's abandoned. Yes, thank you. Thank you. We're not doing that. And Matt Warner, I'm going to try to get him out there. And Natalie, if you'd like to go, I'd love to have you out there.
Yeah, that sounds like a great time. I met Matt and what's that?
It hasn't been investigated yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, Zach, I got this question. I have 3 clowns in my lady's office. What should I do? Zach, you go in the backyard, you dig yourself a hole about a foot deep. And you get you about 5 gallons of gas. You put all the dolls in the hole, and you graciously lubricate them with the gasoline.
Howard?
Then you throw a match.
Lady's office. That's what he does. Okay.
He does what? He plays with the dolls?
He stays in the lady's office and not worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just getting violent. Wow. Look, I'm just talking about burning it down. I mean, burning the dolls up. You over there.
You know better than burning shit down. You know what happened the last time, Howard. Crystal still has the clown.
Hey, I came close to that, getting that sucker, boy. I had the shovel and everything. I had the place picked out. Oh, look, this is a guy after my own heart. Look at that. He says, flush him down the toilet.
Oh, geez.
That's what I would. No, I'd say burn them. Make sure that you, and then stir the ashes up, and I'd give it a second shot just to make sure.
What are you going 9/11 death style?
Yeah. Natalie, that's one thing I don't like. I mean, they make fun of me about that, but I don't like clowns.
Is there a specific reason why?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, to me, they have all that makeup on. They hiding something behind all that makeup. And after they had all that stuff that was going on with the creepy clowns that were all over the United States, scaring people and chasing people, because I would run one over in a heartbeat. I won't care. And I'd be going, I don't even go around the McDonald's. I go around McDonald's. Okay. Because I don't like clowns. But that and antique dolls, antique porcelain dolls. I don't like those either.
Yeah, antique porcelain doll. I mean,
they come haunt you, Howard.
I don't know. Like that kind of stuff doesn't really I don't really have like a preconceived feeling about it one way or the other. You know,
well,
just
if you think about it,
the actual object itself. for me.
Antique dolls back then are made to resemble people. I mean, they are finely crafted. You get an expensive antique doll, they really look like a real person, a real little girl or a real little boy.
Yeah.
And this, it's empty. So it gives something that's evil or demonic a chance to actually slip into it. It's a vessel for them to store themselves until they get into something else. So that's why I will not mess with a freaking one of those dolls. I mean, Rosie says, did you tell her this? Right here, she says, did you tell her why you don't like dolls? And it's a long story, but the whole point of it, I mean, I'll just cut to the basics of it. My mother got a doll from her brother that was stationed in Germany. He went into an antique shop. He bought this porcelain doll. It was from the 40s. He gave it to my mom. Weird stuff started happening with this doll. And over time, it deteriorated. And come to find out, it was made with human hair. And it was stuffed with human hair. So it was also, this doll was made in Germany. So what was happening in the 40s in Germany, the 30s and the 40s? You had the concentration camps, the Jews and everything. They were shaving these people's hair and taking their hair, they taking their teeth. They were doing all kinds of stuff to these people. And that's what we believe. That's what was made out of.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like those things.
Yeah, that's not a good experience. That's for sure.
No. So that's why I don't like dolls, Adrian.
You know,
I don't like your demonology, but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, this is like paranormal. You know, it's an opening. It's an opening. It's an opening. It's an opening field out there.
Howard, imagine if you have one of those.
He's got all these dolls there, these clowns there that he knows nothing about. So he just woke up and thought, sorry.
Howard,
I don't know what to tell you. I know they had attachments.
Howard, imagine if you had one of those Amish dolls, though. They have no faces at all on them.
I know. That's weird, isn't it?
That's their culture.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
I actually thought it would have been the opposite around.
So what are your thoughts about that now? What are your thoughts about having a...
I love dolls. Like for the most part, you know, they...
When you're a lady, you was a girl, so you're going to love dolls. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I never really had like a feeling one way or the other on anything like that, you know, as a child. Like if it, you know, yeah, like girls like dolls and those sorts of things. What were those one dolls called that they had? Adrian, you might know. Someone out there might know. They were that like the something girls, I think, and they
Powerpuff Girls.
No. Not. I know that was.
I don't think I would be able to figure it out. But you look forward to. They were really hard to get and like.
Cabbage Patch.
Fine, but you had to like there was different ones. There was like 4 or 5 main ones, and like it was about collecting all of the different girls. Like in, you know, I remember in elementary school, it was like who had all of the different dolls. You know, they're like
American dolls. Some kind of all the different dolls.
Like that type of feel, like the American dolls. Yeah, the American Girl dolls. Is that what they were called?
I think that's what I saw. I was looking that up.
So, I mean, I didn't have any like a. Rosie says she's mortified of spiders.
Spiders? I'm fine with spiders.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but now I'm
right up to the right you.
You know, haunted antiques and vessel dolls and those sorts of things. It just like, you know, depends on the doll and the vibe and those sorts of things. I like collecting haunted items.
I see, Natalie, I got a perfect show for you to put on Paraflix. It's going to be, and I'll go in, I'll do it with you. Me and you will do this, okay? We'll do this together, me and you. And we'll get a crew behind us. And just the only thing this crew does is move stuff. And we'll go on just like, you know, like the Haunted Collector. And we'll see some furniture and stuff in people's houses that we like. And we'll say that it's haunted and bring it home to our homes and decorate our houses with it.
We will not. Howard. We will not.
Oh my goodness.
You better stop right now.
The set's already closed.
Down. Right. You better stop.
Well, look, they're saying King's Network. I posted this. Clowns are perfect, and I'll put odds that's Jeremy York.
Howard.
He's watching on YouTube. I'll put odds on that's Jeremy York.
I'm gonna mute you. I wish I had that mute button. Stop it.
Jerry says that's stealing. How's that stealing? You're taking away something that's haunted from their home.
It is stealing, Jerry. Thank you. We're not going there. We're not doing it. Howard, shut up.
There ain't nothing around here to steal anyways. Everything's been blown away.
A cemetery with a masked clown grave from carnival clowns that had no family. Does that actually exist? But Pamela said.
So I think if there is one, it's probably in Florida because that's where a lot of the show folk go. You know, because like fairs and circuses and stuff, they all go down in Florida. That's where they usually retire and during their off time. So I would think that would be down in Florida.
What the hell? Guys, there apparently is one, and the creepy part is it's in Chicago.
Oh, it's right near you.
Yeah, it's near me. The Showman's Rest Cemetery is located here.
Go check it out.
How do you know it's a clown cemetery, though?
Well, no, I'm looking at. Okay, so it says here Showman's Rest is the site of a mass burial of clowns and other circus performers in Chicago. Oh, after a train wreck killed 86 members of the Hagenbeck Wall Circus over 100 years ago in 1918. It's in Forest Park, Illinois. That's just like, I think about 45 minutes from where I live. It's out in Woodlawn Cemetery. Wow. They got they have a whole, the whole entire area is marked by elephant statues because again, it was also a circus. Oh wow, I even found. Okay, I'm gonna have to share this to you guys some way. There's even some actual photographs of the train wreck that occurred.
When you're talking about the train wreck with clowns, that's another show. We could do some research on that. That's what we're talking to Natalie.
That's
train wreck all by ourselves.
So, Adrian, you got Natalie all cornered up in this box over here. What do you want to ask her? You have any questions you want to ask her?
Rosie, I actually never ended up making it to the Crescent Hotel. She said, how was the Crescent Hotel? I'm wondering if she's thinking about a different one. But yeah, that's up in Arkansas. I was supposed to go there twice. It never worked out.
How about the one in Broken Bow?
Broken Bow. Oh no, I haven't. I haven't actually been to that one up in Broken Bow. That we need to work on that too, because that's only a few hours from where I'm at. There's so many different places.
I know.
Have you been up to Broken Bow?
My ex-wife used to live in Broken Bow. But her family was from Broken Bow.
Yeah, Jerry's been to the Broken Bow Asylum. I think we talked about that. Yeah. Now the Broken Bow Asylum is pretty dark, isn't it? There's a lot of different dark energies mostly.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
Because my ex-wife lives there. There's a lot of dark energy in that place. The whole city. What?
Yeah.
It's true, man. She's scary. She's scary.
There were so many different places that I had set up over the last couple of years that it just didn't work out. And I'm looking forward to getting back out now with everything. But now there's just so many different like traveling and everything with Paraflix and everything. So I'm feeling a little bit of like, FOMO and ready to get back out into the field for sure. There's so much, but you know what, Adrian, going back to what you were saying is I want to go more to where like places that haven't been investigated, like you just invited me to. No, okay, so tell me more about this place.
I don't know the whole thing. Zach put a little thing up there on it a little bit ago. He was the one that told me about it. We drove by it, and the first time we drove by it, we couldn't see anything. He thought they tore it down. And then he did some more research, and they didn't. It was back further than we could see. So we really need to get out there. He's really adamant about it because he wants that part of the history told.
Mm-hmm.
How about Utah?
It'd be really neat to go out there.
How about Utah?
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah. Well, you got Blind Frog Ranch in Utah. You got Skinwalker Ranch in Utah.
The Skinwalker, you're not getting into.
Jennifer lives right there. I mean, she's right next to all of that stuff.
She's right next to Colorado too.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I've been everywhere now because I watch all of the episodes and everything from everyone, and there's just all these different places. One place that really interests or piques my interest now is the Poasttown Elementary School. So yeah.
It's going to warm up before we go anywhere in Colorado. Yeah, that's.
It's going to be.
It's nasty. It's yucky. I do not like cold weather at all.
You know what? I deal with the actual cold aspect of it, but I really love the mountains and the snow, like just the actual physical beauty aspect of it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like looking at it. I don't want to be in it.
And then if it's too hot,
full of it.
I don't know. You take what you can get, I guess. But if you're, I don't know. Like for me, I even had like 7 or 8 layers on when we were at the Mansfield Reformatory earlier in the year, and I was like shivering, freezing, just trying to stay focused on what was going on, and I'm like connected to spirit and feeling what was going on. But I'm like my skin is so cold, I can't feel anything. Yeah, it was cold. It was really cold. And you have to understand, it's like the whole thing is, the whole prison itself is cold, but then when you're like in the actual area where you're in solitary, it's like it feels like it drops like another 30 degrees at least. A lot of people, they're used to that kind of cold weather, and you just adapt to it. So I mean, I remember like growing up, I lived where it was like super cold like that. But then, after living in Texas now for, going on 25 years, it's like I can't handle it anymore. I get cold really easily. So
Rosie's saying Alaska would be great. What they got with the Alaska Bermuda Triangle? I was getting ready to say that Alaska Bermuda Triangle.
Rosie, I love you, but you lost your mind.
No, it could be warm.
Alaska, Bermuda Triangle, Alaskan Triangle.
I've been watching that. That's a good show.
We can get videos from whoever lives there.
So Rosie here has asked me a question. Is there any cryptids native to Alaska? The only ones I could think of, to be honest, for the state of Alaska, because there's just not a lot, is obviously you got Bigfoot, of course, but I've actually heard stories of the Wendigo have been known to thrive throughout parts of Alaska.
That'd be for more, I guess, for Natalie. She's been up there probably that way. New England? Any recommendations for New England?
For who?
Jerry, I guess to go investigate what you have. Little farmhouse or little round top?
Yeah. I mean, you've got the farm on Round Top, the Conjuring House. Yeah. There's a ton of different locations in every state. Again, like I think there's so many where everyone's been there and kind of done the same thing that I'm like really just looking for new locations, new invites, and trying to discover a lot more. I think that's how we evolve and learn as well. New England. Now, what else? That's like That's like the Pennsylvania, Maryland area as well.
Boston, I guess it's all up in that area, right?
Yeah, well, Paranormal and the Funhouse is up there in Maryland. They know all of the locations up there. So if you're interested in like some deets on some really great locations in that specific area, Brandon Crody and Stacy Parkinson up there in that area, they'll be really good to point you in the right direction. Starting in Maine, driving down to Boston. Oh, that's cool. That's going to be a great trip. How many days, Jerry? Maine, I'm supposed to go to New York in December, but I don't know if that's going to work out anymore.
What part of New York? Planning on?
New York City. Definitely going to Vegas, though, December 9th through 11th. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really excited about that. No, a ton of people are going to be there. Are any of y'all going to Vegas in December?
I wish I was. I think the Rev might.
I go to the Gulf Coast. They got a lot of casinos on the Gulf Coast. Mississippi.
I don't have that. Although I am going to a different con in just a few weeks, which is going to be my last con of the year. It's going to be the Quad City Psychic and Paracon out in Davenport, Iowa.
Oh, there you go. Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast is in New England.
Greg's going to Vegas. Woo! Greg, and we'll be out there with David and Christy from Our Haunted Lives. They were all out at WarrenCon this past weekend. I saw some really fun photos. It looks like everyone had an amazing time.
So was this saying Greg, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I try to just be pretty well behaved these days, but I know speaking of dolls, so last weekend they had, and I think we touched on this lightly last night, was the haunted antique, like little museum that they had set up out there at WarrenCon, and Annabelle the doll and the Conjuring mirror. I know Greg was able to. Greg, you were checking out Annabelle the doll, right? So I think they all had a pretty profound experiences with that. You got to be careful for sure, but you just never know. Like I said, for me, it's like it's the individual object itself. Yeah, and clowns don't bother me too much. So
I'll run over them. That's all good.
Yeah.
I'll have a lot of makeup in the front of that little black car, but that's all good. It'll look like a rainbow after I get through.
Jerry, I didn't know you were a paralegal or legal secretary. So was I.
Yeah, she is. She's a paralegal.
That's awesome.
Jerry, did you ever get into the yoga like we talked about? I love yoga. Y'all should. I highly recommend yoga to everybody.
I like yogurt too.
Yeah, you like yogurt?
Yeah, I do. They got strawberry, but they got blueberry.
Jerry, we gotta go catch a yoga class. We gotta meet halfway, or you come out and see me, I come out and see you. We'll hit a yoga class. Charity hates it. You just get into it. It'll help strengthen your muscles and your knees and your joints and all of that. Just keep rocking it. Extreme yoga. Yeah. Well, I did a hot yoga. It's the 26-2 and the vinyasa, but the hot yoga, they get up to like 104, 105 degrees. You got to really focus and breathe, and releases all the toxins that you might have. So Jerry's doing hot yoga. She knows all about it. You got the
Adrian's over there just shaking her head. No, I don't know what the hell she's doing right now.
See how good?
No.
Start talking about
104 degrees. No, we're good. We're good.
It's good stuff. I've had some really breakthrough moments in yoga too, because it's like it's a meditation throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises. It's about moving energy and balance and all of that. Jerry, did you Rosie, you would love hot yoga. We need to get a big old group of paranormal ladies together. We all need to go hit some hot yoga.
I see paranormal ladies. Maybe they got some guys that might like to do it also.
And guys, no, it's very.
Man, that is wow.
Wow. It's because I got Jerry and Rosie here talking and Adrian were talking about yoga. Y'all kind of look like deer in the headlights, but no, I mean, bring it on. Unisex, man.
Okay.
I want to do goat
Jerry,
yoga.
send a message.
She said she wants to do goat yoga.
Jerry, send a message to the page. We have some questions we want to ask. Adrian, you too. Send message to which page would you like us to send them to?
What do you mean?
And Natalie, yes. If we can get it together, let's do it.
If y'all want to do hot yoga, come to Louisiana in end of July, beginning of August, and just walk outside. You sweat all those toxins right out of your body. No problem. No, you just don't have to do nothing. Just walk out the end of your driveway, and it's all going.
Okay.
All the toxins will be released from you.
What's wrong with you then? Why are you always on the toilet?
I'm always on the toilet. I'm not always on the toilet. Sometimes I'm outside the toilet. Sometimes I'm looking at a toilet. I mean, I'm not always on one.
Okay, you should be on one always.
That's what I was going to talk about. You were talking about the biggest fear, and everybody talked about the biggest and the scariest thing that they've seen or been to. And I was going to tell you mine, and that was at the temple. And that was when Jeremy come out the bathroom, and I walked in behind him. And that was one of the most scariest moments I've ever had in my entire natural life.
Don't do that. No, he's not here to defend himself. Don't do that.
Is it my fault?
No. No, that's not. No, that's not. No.
You want me to get him on a speakerphone? I'll call him up.
No, you won't. Leave him alone. He's on vacation. Leave him alone. Good Lord. Okay, Natalie, you went to what was it? You went to Ballinger, Texas, Old Park Hotel. What'd you think?
A few different times. I love it there. It's a different experience every time. You know, there's so many different rooms. I scared the ghosts out of Priscilla's room at Hill House. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay.
How'd you do that?
Priscilla's room is one of the new actual add-ons that they recently did on the back of the house that sits over where it used to be like a patio area. And I believe that was covered up, and that used to be like an entrance to the underground basement. And there's underground tunnels that run directly from Baker Hotel and Haunted Hill House, which I'm like really bummed out because the Baker Hotel's closed off. They've been doing renovations now for a while. I have a duck to get out. I have to duck out. Oh, bye, Greg.
Bye, Greg.
Hope to see you, Greg. Pickle Tom, you arrived. Tom,
have a really great meeting. Greg,
don't start with pickles. Let's not. No, the reason I asked you, Natalie, was because
so many different rooms. But one of the first times I was there, I had this really profound experience in the upstairs room. If you go up the stairs and you go down right before you get to one of the down the steps into the long hallway area, right there to the left, there's a room. It's yellow, and there's a smaller room, and then it goes into another room with a bathroom. And I got extremely emotional in that room. There's been multiple psychics who have gone in that room and talked about, something pretty, I guess it's pretty traumatic that's happened in that room as far as a potential, woman being murdered when it was a brothel. And I didn't know any of that information. And when I went in there, I was picking up on a lot. And I have a small video of that, but it was the same thing that happened to me at Mansfield. I went from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. And there was a male spirit named Walter that I encountered a couple of times. And he actually followed me. I'm always really good about, setting my free will and my intention and making sure that nothing follows me. I've never had an actual attachment, but he I really empathized with him and trying to kind of, help him because I sensed a lot of grief around that. And I feel like that he knew that, and it was comforting in a way. And then when I was at a different location the following weekend, it was captured on the camera audio, one of the night vision static cameras that he had followed me from the Old Park Hotel. And so that was a really interesting experience. But I love Old Park Hotel. I've been wanting to get back there now for a while. I love going to some of the same locations that really leave a mark on me. It seems like I'm just so lucky to be here in Dallas, where I'm close to a couple of those locations that I really look forward to going back to. So Haunted Hill House and Old Park Hotel are awesome. They just had Hallow Scream this past weekend. Was a huge success. So have you ever been to Ballinger?
Yeah, that was actually my very first paranormal experience. Stephen took me, and he was like, okay, so you think that you can't experience anything? I said, no, that's for psychics and mediums and people that are in that. I don't think I will. And he's like, let's go. Okay. We went, my daughter went, his wife, his daughter, a whole bunch of people went. We went to sleep, and he woke me up about 2 a.m. and says, come on, let's go investigate. We're going to go. I said, okay, let's go. I had done research for a month on killing Jim Miller, the deacon, because he was said to be there. I knew his wife's name, his kid's name, the last words he said when he died, what he was wearing when he died, where he died, which he didn't die there. It was in Ada, Oklahoma. But we went through the whole scenario, and he had the spirit box on, which was really, everybody's different. I'm one of those, I don't want that spirit box overshadowing anything else because it's so loud, it's obnoxious, I don't do it. Unless it's like, the putting the earphones on and somebody else asking questions, but the Estes method. But it was on, and I heard whistling like a cowboy calling his horse when I was telling him his wife's name, his name, trying to talk to him. I heard whistling over here, and I thought, okay. I said, "Did you hear that?" And he goes, "No." Okay. Then I heard it behind me within seconds. I said, "You had to have heard that. That was loud." He was like, "No." I heard it like 4 times. Well, when we played back the audio, it was 7 times. You could hear it on the audio. Wow. And it was like he was circling me, whistling. About a week later, I come home. I worked midnight shift. I come home about midnight. I was sitting out in the yard, and I heard that whistle. And I was like, okay, somebody's calling their dog, their horse, somebody had to have been. I'm looking around, nobody's there. I'm like, okay, we're going to leave it alone. I went to bed. There was a little board that had a bottle opener, a spur, and something else on it. But the spur was an actual Texas spur. It was huge. They'd been on the bed for at least 6 months. And the bed was stationary. I don't care what you did. You could bounce on it and it's not moving. That sucker fell down in the middle of the night, hit my husband. It hit him in the ear, pierced his head that same night. And he got up bleeding, going, "What the hell's going on?" I'm like, I don't know. And later I tried to tell him, this is what it was. And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, we're going to leave that one alone. I know what it was, and we had to go ahead and send him home. But
yeah,
that was the experience.
Yeah, that's pretty profound. There's that the cowboy and the whistling occurs quite often. You can hear that whistling coming down the hallway. So 7 times, Captain, but you heard it about 4 out of the 7. That's pretty good.
But Stephen didn't hear it. He was right there beside me, so I was like, okay, I got this.
Why do you think he followed you?
Because I did such intensive research on him and connected in such a way, because I knew everything about him. I kept thinking he wasn't such a bad person. He did what he had to do in the era where he had to do it. I don't think he was a bad person. I don't think he meant it bad. Yes, he killed people, but I think he did it for survival.
not a bad person, but he killed people. Really?
Howard, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It was way back when you had to do that kind of stuff.
And you want to talk about me, and I'm just talking about my little aquatic entities? Man, I don't go murdering people.
Your aquatic entities don't need to kill anything in this day and age.
Will kill your smell. Sense of smell. That's about it. That's all that it would kill. But since y'all live now, you live in Texas, have you ever been to Galveston and do any investigating?
Galveston
is awesome. I have been there. I did the haunted tour. It's awesome.
Yeah, Galveston has a lot of history.
That is on my list.
Yeah, the big hurricane that went through there, and all these people died. That was before hurricanes were even recorded, wasn't it?
Great hurricane of 1900.
Mm-hmm.
Washed all those people out, killed all those people, and basically what they destroyed the town. It was a town at the time of Galveston, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, that had to have a lot of energy.
Prior to the hurricane, some people have always described Galveston before the hurricane had hit that this would have been like the New York City of the Gulf Coast because they were so successful at that time until after the hurricane and all that business then moved to Houston.
So that'd be an interesting place, huh?
Yeah, because that's only about like an hour and a half away. And when like traumatic events like that happen where it's so sudden, that you'll find a lot of energies that stay in the spiritual plane here, because they may not even realize that they've passed away. I mean, we know that amongst other things, just kind of that trauma and those lower attachments or confusion. So, like locations where there's been fires, and then of course wars. Those are natural disasters like that, hurricanes. So I've heard a lot about Galveston too. I've been wanting to get down there.
Well, if you look at a place like Galveston, like again, for a hurricane like that, it killed between 8,000 to 12,000 people, or even more than that, since they never really truly, because there's a possibility that there could have even been a larger number because there were so many of them that there's bound to be some kind of energy that has to remain there even after 120 years after it occurred.
Yeah, you would think that there would be quite a large amount of residual energy from that as well.
When you go, let me know. I'm going with you. That's my vacation spot.
Oh yeah, you've been there on vacation, huh?
They still find bones sometimes.
So many times.
Yeah, I can imagine. Jerry said that she's been to the Oklahoma bombing site a few weeks ago. Super emotional, and there's still a lot of spirit energy there. Yeah, we have a documentary on Paraflix from Kelly's Explained from that location, and even just watching the episode, you can feel it come through.
Jeez.
Yeah, we passed through there. We passed through there going up to Kansas, and we swung by there. And you can, just driving past the place, you get a feeling. It's eerie. The air is thick. You can feel it. It's really thick. So.
Yeah.
That occurred back in 93, right?
What's that?
The Oklahoma City bomb. That was in 93, right? Okay.
Yeah, it was. I believe so.
Same year I was born.
Oh, Jerry's got a new voice.
Wow. Really?
Yay.
1994.
1994. Jerry, congratulations on your new love.
Well, that's another person in this room that's got a new love also.
Yeah.
And she's in this room right now.
Oh yeah. It's not me.
She's I've seen this lady before and on screen, and she was always, it's always serious looking. And after this person found this person, I seen her at the temple, and it was like glowing. She was just glowing. It's like she didn't even know light bulbs or nothing on her. She was just glowing.
We all deserve to have love. I think it's important to know how to love yourself fully first, you know. But
I
yeah,
love me.
that's the main thing. You know, I'm like single love yourself place. So
That's what you want to be. You want to stay that way.
I don't know.
Are you looking for love?
No, I mean it's just you know, whatever's meant to be will be. I guess you know.
What's up, Scott?
What do you do?
That's it.
That's
exactly right.
I always wonder if I put off this like vibe of like I mean, am I intimidating? Like, is it the red hair? Like, is it just not like?
I like redheads. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I like redheads, but you're a strong woman. I believe that's what it is, and a lot of men don't like strong women.
They're afraid
I
of
like
them.
a strong woman. I love a strong woman. I love them. Hell,
Good for you.
let them go out and work. I'll be. That's why I say I'll make a good wife for somebody one day. I mean,
Wait a
I'll be
minute.
home.
No. There's a
cook and clean.
No,
I'll do that. I'll do.
Oh my God,
Howard. There is a difference between a strong woman and one that's going to go out and work while you stay your ass home. No, sir.
Oh, I'll be a homemaker. That's a job in itself.
No, sir. Would you like a bra while you're at it?
Don't even say that. I've had so many women say that's a job. A homemaker is a job. That is a strenuous, hard job.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of women that still homemaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got 3 kids, and
We
I
won't
don't even
do that.
I don't even know how I keep up sometimes.
See that? I got somebody on my bandwagon. Look at that.
He better. That is what he better do.
Jerry's like, Jackie, get your man and why?
Well, you better watch it.
She's in the next room. Jackie,
you better come get him.
She's all right. She's probably sleeping. I don't know. We good.
Sir, you better watch yourself. Mm-hmm. You work and you know it. Don't give me that shit.
But do I like a strong woman? Yes.
The one that thinks he wants to agree with you. Scott,
look,
you are a good wife and you're a good husband, and I love you.
Denny's staying out of this. I'm just soaking all of it in.
Denny, I love you too, and I know exactly where you stand. You're good.
Code red, guys. Code red. Back out. Back out.
Behind you, yeah. You better make sure I'm not.
Secret language.
7 days, buddy. 7 days.
It's AD.
Me.
Oh.
Adrian.
I was gonna say, I think I kind of knew immediately what AD stood for. That got. I don't even need to ask.
He doesn't need to type it out. Apparently, that's his nickname. I don't know. He's lazy? I don't know.
He's not lazy. Man works hard. He works like everybody else. He works hard like other women. He works hard like other men. He's a hard-working individual.
Scott says they call him LD. So what does LD stand for?
Scott.
That's right. That's what I'm talking
about. All right.
Wait a minute. Is this something bad? Something I should know about?
Scott.
LD.
Then you got
Scott, don't spell it out, Scott.
Oh God.
Dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of secret code going on right now.
Okay. All right.
All right. Now, if you don't know Scott Wilson, it's best that you don't right off. If you want to keep your leg intact,
God, I love you.
If you want to keep your leg intact, don't want to break a hip or anything, you just stay away from Scott. Okay? Because Scott's a little guy.
He's okay.
He's a little guy. Okay, and he'll grab along. He'll come up to you and he'll grab you. He has a big heart, but he's a little guy, and he'll grab along your leg and just start humping like a little dog does. And it's the most Funniest thing ever, Scott. There's all kind of YouTube out there. There's TikTok. There's
him and I gotta say something right now. I think we scared off that epic kid guy I was on earlier because
probably.
I haven't seen him in the comments.
Well, his mama caught him. I don't know. His mama might have caught him. I told him, I said, look, this is on.
There's a few people. There's very few people I have a spiritual connection with. God is one of them. That man.
I'll be right back.
Is something else. Jeremy is another one. I love Jeremy. I won't say anything. He can't defend himself right now.
What he's going to say? He's just going to sit there and just look. He's just going to look at us like, that's what he'll do.
No, Jeremy actually has a lot to say if you listen.
I don't.
I know you don't. That's the problem. You have to listen to people. Feel what they're saying, not put your own entities into it.
I got to.
Chrissy, she is another one. I love that girl. I see she's on.
Season of Pitre Dish. You had the first season. You're still going strong. You haven't been kicked off Facebook, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was
I'm trying.
What was some of the most wild moments that you had on season 1?
I can't believe we didn't have anything taken down.
It's all on YouTube. We also have a YouTube channel, so you can watch the complete first season of Pitre Dish on YouTube.
Let's not. Let's not.
They're there.
Over the highlights.
Some highlights. Oh goodness.
It
was a lot of episodes of me going, Howard, don't. Oh my God, Howard, don't. Howard, please don't. And then by the end, I was like, let's do this and see if it gets shut down. Fuck it.
Oh, there's the first F-bomb.
Yep, there's going to come.
No, I'm the second tonight.
Oh, I missed the first one.
Where is Nick?
All right, we got to cut that F-bomb.
Yeah.
We got to keep it R, not NC-17.
Where did Nick
Pamela's
go?
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nick went to the toilet.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody had a hot pickle earlier.
Bud.
He had a hot pickle
couldn't make
earlier.
it a full 2 hours?
Pamela's alone watching YouTube alone on watching the Pitre Dish YouTube alone. Yeah. I just put that thing up. I got it from Jeremy, so we was able to start showing that. As a matter of fact, I just put up the links for Swamp Talk. I just created that page for YouTube today. So I got to put content on there.
I still got to get the Rev show on there, but Howard, Jeremy has to be able to verify because it's on his phone for the YouTube, and I don't want to bug him, so we'll deal with that in December.
December?
Yeah, that's when he'll be back.
He'll verify. Just call him up.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want him to spend as much time with his dad and his daughter as he can.
He called me up the day yesterday. He was bowling.
All right, so what have I missed? Because I'm looking at the comments here.
You missed. Why in the hell aren't you here?
Yeah.
What? I said I'd be
I'm telling
right
you,
back.
I covered for you, Nick. I covered for you, Nick.
You did miss Adrian drop the F-bomb. There was that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I can go back to the replay later.
Nick's gotten immune to this. I mean, it's bad. That's why we have to keep it. Get down. No nipple playing. None of that stuff going on right now. We're just going to follow through. We're going to just be good on this one. Tomorrow, I mean, next week we could get crazy. I mean, I don't give a what.
Howard, I always got to remind you, this is rated G for Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue. Yes, it is.
not G. You're in the wrong show for G.
Yeah.
Jeremy's getting out of the podcast tomorrow.
He's going to be actually on the podcast tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think he had one prior commitment before. Yeah. That
Did she say he's on paranormal vacation?
He can't stay out of stuff.
No, he can't.
No.
That's like Natalie. I'm pretty sure you would like take a vacation, but you just drags you right back in, don't it?
You know, yeah, there's just not. I feel like I'm always on vacation, even though I'm working. So I love it. You know what I mean? I feel blessed to be able to work and do all of this amazing stuff with Paraflix, and lately been able to travel a bit. So that's nice. It kind of takes me out of the four walls. I'm looking forward to tomorrow because I'm going to head out to Jefferson, Texas. It's been like 10 years, 11 years since I've been out there. That's going to be cool. Yeah. And I've never met the crew from My Paranormal Experience either. You know, spoken to them a lot, and of course met them on video, but never actually in person. So that's going to be amazing.
I want to know how Chris is getting all this information.
Awesome.
Nathan Withers, Beth Huffman, Kara Kidd, and Scotty Dabbs, and they have a new documentary film coming out this weekend on Paraflix called My Paranormal Experience: The Gateway Between Worlds. It's very good. I've seen it already, of course, and so that comes out Saturday at 10/9 Central. It's a must watch. It is very, very good. I know he had it playing at the local theater too before. You know, as a pre-show before Paraflix. So it's gotten nothing but really great feedback and buzz. Just the story behind it is incredible. I've never seen anything like this, specifically with the details and the information that it hones in on. In my opinion, the film's a masterpiece, truly. So it's going to be a good one. That's all I'm going to say. You all have got to get Paraflix and watch this film on Saturday.
Well, I'll go sell a kidney and I'll be able to.
Sell a kidney.
Yeah,
But seriously, it's all of the content on the app, on the platform. The streaming service is amazing. Every single series on there. There's so much passion and hard work and everything that we look for and what we do. It's all there. There's nothing like it. It's truly incredible to just have seen this evolve into what it is. It's very humbling every day. But yeah, I mean, like I don't know, like what is a vacation these days, right? I've got 3 kids.
Vacation actually was when we went to Kansas. That was a vacation for me. I got away from what I've been dealing with at home.
Yeah, you've been.
So I was able to step. It's rough. It's still going through the demolition process, but besides that, I got a lot of the stuff already came in. And then still waiting for insurance to send me another check and go do some more stuff and get the rest. I got about 8 months to a year just worth of work here. So.
It's just so hard.
Till it happens again.
Yeah, every time a hurricane comes through there.
Yep. We just keep rebuilding. That's why we're so resilient.
You are very.
You have to have a sense of humor with this stuff. You have to. During the storm, I was trying to go out there in the storm and be just like Jim Cantor.
Scott says his vacation is going to Wendy's.
That's like what I do.
He must have missed my multiple choice question earlier.
He did. He loves chicken nuggets. He's a nugget guy.
Yeah, apparently I was on vacation earlier today because I went to Wendy's. If you know, according to Scott.
Scott needs a vacation.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah.
We didn't want to say too much, but because we've been discussing this for the last day or so, a couple of days actually, me and Jackie and myself. But we're planning on taking a little getaway, and it'll be for a few days anyway. We're planning on driving up to Indiana, either probably the first week of December, before it snows and all that.
Yeah.
You got to stop by Chicago because I know that's going to be on the way.
Chicago? No, I'm coming up from Louisiana. I'm going this way.
Oh, that's.
If I got to go to Chicago, I got to go up and then
That's what you were saying last night, right? That's up by where Crystal's at, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
So yeah, I'm thinking about coming up there. We're talking about it.
Crystal said you guys were probably going to meet at Crown Point Jail, which that's only an hour and a half away from me.
I'm going to sleep in Crystal's bed. I'm going there. I'm crashing in the house. I'm going to eat that food. I'm going. That's what we do.
She'll let you.
I know. It's wait till I get to go to Colorado. I'm going over to Adrian's house. Push all that 40 Shades of Gray out the way stuff, put the cameras away and all that stuff that she got in her room. And I'm going in, I'm sleeping in her room. And
I can't promise you I'll put the cameras away, but yes.
So you're not going to come visit me then, eh? Okay.
You drive over.
Right? You're not that far, Nick.
Jerry, I was actually in Texas. I drove through Texas.
No, wait. 3 states away, Adrian.
I probably passed right by Natalie's house. I went through Dallas. I went straight through Dallas.
Yeah, well, if any of you ever come
yes, he's going to stay in the room with the clowns.
Better hit me up to get some coffee or something.
Yeah. I mean, this was like, we left here, it was like, one time we made it in Dallas, about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Dallas. And then we got lost twice going up there in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And then circled back and then drove back down. We got lost once coming back through Dallas. And I thought I had it planned out and everything, but no, we got lost.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost. She's in Fort Worth. Like I was telling you last night, even without traffic, like from where I'm at, from one side of the Metroplex to the other, like it can take a good hour and a half. Jerry, we need to meet up at Goatman's Bridge and investigate and do yoga.
Bridge.
Just kidding. No, but seriously, it's easy to get lost. Everything's so spread out. Like if you're not familiar with the area, and it took me years, and I still haven't even gone everywhere around here. So
that's for you there, Adrian. That's coming from
what?
From Scott. Scott posted something for you.
All right.
He's coming at Colorado.
I don't see it. What did he post?
Can you see it?
Scott.
Oh my God,
dude. When did you get into the poo crap?
You even said it yourself.
Stop
poo crap.
enabling Howard.
And the clowns, yeah.
Stop
you see Zach's
Howard.
right up there with you. Zach's right up there with you. He says the clowns. I'll take care of that clown infestation for you too.
That's where you're staying.
David and I
you're
wanted to
better
go
than
to live
that.
up in
What's
the
wrong with
Denton
you?
area. So there's Denton.
Yeah.
Is that in Texas? Denton?
The old Alton Bridge, Goatman's Bridge up in
that's what I was thinking too. I
Denton,
think
Texas.
Bridge. I know that place. So I looked it up, and it's exactly what you said. Old Alton Bridge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Montana.
David. Now, Jerry, is David your boyfriend as well, and he's on your paranormal team? That's what I'm gathering.
He's on the paranormal team.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, we should grab our gear and head up there for the day. Now, during the day, it is of course, a completely different vibe. It's very peaceful, and then it just completely takes a whole different turn vibe at night. I mean, even there's so many different people that go up there and do dark rituals all of the time. And I remember about 2 years ago, I drove out there at night. I was with someone, and when we pulled in, like, it was just like this pitch dark wall, but it was so much more than that. Like you could just feel like this serious darkness coming out of it. And I said, all right, well, this is out. I'm not going in there. There's something going on in there. You can feel it. So I just turned around. It's about a 45 minute drive for me.
It ain't that far.
Yeah, during the day, it's very peaceful. And there's some areas back in there that I still haven't gone through and explored. I've been waiting for the perfect time of year. You got to be really careful too, because if it rains, it's like super flooded too.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
We'll
head out there.
What is that?
He's got it in the background. It's Goatman's Bridge.
Old Alton Bridge. During the day, at least.
Okay.
And she's saying, let's do it.
I'm in. I'm down. Adrian's going to come on out from Colorado. Howard's going to be coming from Louisiana. And Nick's coming out from Illinois. Well, meet in Texas.
I'll figure it out.
No, a lot of people have had some pretty serious experiences there. So I definitely don't take it lightly whenever I go out there.
It took me longer to get to Dallas. It only took me I think it was 4.5 hours to get to Houston before. So it doesn't take me long to get to Houston.
Oh, this is
Scott, you have an open invitation anywhere we go.
Yep. Scott's supposed to be coming down to New Orleans. He's going to come visit Howie.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, Scott wants to come too, so it looks like we're going to get this major road trip going.
Speaking of Fort Worth, I did go to I forgot about this one. I went and investigated at Miss Molly's this year as well. That's down in the Fort Worth stockyards. I feel like I'm always in a time warp. But yeah, that was a really interesting vibe and hotel. So she said you will like Fort Worth better than Dallas. Yeah, Fort Worth has a lot of really cool history. Jerry, have you been down to I'm sure she's been down to the stockyards. Have you been to Miss Molly's, where there's the Risky Steakhouse that has? So there's Risky Steakhouse, and then right above it is this
nice
area that was a brothel. That has what I've heard, that there's a lot of really dark energy up there. A lot of really not good things going on up there, but I've never actually investigated above Risky's myself. I haven't been in it yet. It's hard to get a reservation. I did speak to the owner and the manager once. I think I still have his contact. I could probably reach back out and see if we could get in there, do like a private investigation up there. I've been wanting to go back and do that.
I'm going to ask you this, Natalie. You got the Paraflix, and you got all these podcast shows and stuff like that. Do you have a show that you do for Paraflix, for your own, that, something that you're doing, project that you're doing besides the Paraflix, like an investigation show?
Yeah, I actually have on there. It's a 6-part series. Right now we've completed 4, but it's called The Haunted Psychomanium Omnipresent. And what it is, it's a web series. We went from the ones that we've done so far: Malvern Manor, we did Haunted Hill House, we did Hinsdale House out with Dan Class. That was a really great episode. You should definitely check it out. But it's basically,
I like Daniel.
Yeah, it's like a tour. He's incredible. And now the Ghost Finders are on Paraflix. Season 2 premiere, part 1 and part 2 are at Sweet Spring Sanitarium, and part 2 is exclusively on Paraflix. It's very good. It's super shocking. The whole team, they're just so talented. The production is out of this world. But yeah, the Haunted Psychomanium Omnipresent is really good. My hosts were Richard Lillard. He's been on Ghost Adventures. And then my other partner here at Paraflix, Nicholas Bonani, he at Nick Haunted Diary at the time. He was my other co-host. They were both amazing. But we went, we did like a virtual web series, and it's produced and edited by Strange Goat Media. Mike Hatcher, my partner over at Strange Goat Media. So he was in on it. And it's what was really incredible about that was when we went and we started filming it, we were more focused on the haunted items and antiques and all of that, and all the different, like the history of these locations, and having a presentation of any of those haunted items that they had on location. Haunted Hill House was very extensive. They have Sunny and Kathy Estes have a lot of different haunted items in all of the different rooms at Haunted Hill House. So, but what was really crazy was that after post-production, we realized all of this all of these different EVPs, intelligent responses that we were getting throughout. And I had a full on experience, download, medium experience when we were at Hinsdale House. I didn't know anything, and I like pinpointed all of these things with Dan about the the body of water out back and and just this portal gateway that I was feeling. You'll have to watch it because he talks about some things. There was actually some things that he couldn't disclose because of another contract that they already had with a different film coming out on the location. But it was just incredible. And at Haunted Hill House, we, the connection was good. We didn't have any issues during filming. And then all of a sudden towards the end, we got like all of this interference, and Kathy, her camera started going out, and I was like, hey, are you still there? Whatever. She went out for a good like 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden when she came back in and the connections started to come back through, she was screaming my name, Sonny's name, her husband, and she was like, oh my God, the door just slammed. And she ran out. Well, of course they had their cameras all set up throughout, and you could clearly see the door slammed on her. And it was at this really interesting part where she was, right after that, she was talking about this one spirit. They had just brought some items in that were reportedly like belonged to him. And, some of the history, she was starting to talk about him, and that, he doesn't communicate, doesn't really want to have anything to, he, didn't seem like it was what they had learned. And from all of that, he was very nice type of thing. And then all of a sudden it was like the activity just boom. We weren't expecting all of that. So that was really cool about, filming the web series like that. But yeah, there's a good 4 parts. We did film at Old Park Hotel, but we're still working on that. We may need to, do a little bit more filming for that one because we want to make sure that it comes out really great. So I've got that one on there, and I've been in a couple of Beyond the Dimensions is a Paraflix original series. That's with lead investigator Mike Hatcher. Of course, he's executive producer here at Paraflix. And he's got Ashley Moreno and Jason Baker. They're the Beyond the Dimensions crew. And so their first season started out at the Mansfield Reformatory, and that's when I was there. Dan Klass was there. Some members from You and I Research. Howard, I know you connected with John Griffin II, and all of that. So yeah, everyone was amazing. It was an incredible experience. But I like to be involved as much as I can where I can. I did an interview with Our Haunted Lives. It's an exclusive talk show that's on there. David and Christy are amazing. A big shout out to them. Everyone's awesome. You just go on and on and on about all of the different content. But as far as that, I just keep it rolling. So it's good times.
No, I mean, that's, to me, I think you should be more. I mean, no, I'm telling you, I think you should have your own show. Just Natalie, just call it Natalie. Do your own investigation.
Oh yeah,
the Natalie show.
I've had a few friends over the years that they've already named my life the Natalie Show. So I mean, it's very possible that could happen. Just
businesswoman, paranormal investigator. That'd be something that'd be a good read, or even a good show. That'd be put out there. Just go in the day in the life of.
Yeah. I like
Ever
it.
thought about that? It's your network. You can do what you want.
I'm feeling your vibe.
That's what I'm saying. Just get out there and just put it out there. Why not? Now you're going to go backing out on it. See, that's not right.
You know what I love? Patty's in a lot of these different, as a special guest on some of these episodes. She's incredible. I love seeing her in action. I love seeing her in action on Ghost Adventures and outside of Ghost Adventures on Paraflix as well. So she does a lot of collabs. She's very talented. But yeah, I would love to collab more. That's like, when people ask, okay, well, who all is on Ghost Hunter Girls? I'm like, well, it's me, myself, and I am my director of photography. The truth is that, when I did found Ghost Hunter Girls, I had a girl that I started with. But she, this wasn't necessarily her passion, and we all have, different purposes in life, and our life purpose, soul mission, I like to call it. And she's, started a family and all of that, but she was great. And then, over the course between 2018 and now, I've tried a couple of different girls, but I always find that it didn't work out for one reason or another, which is fine. And I really like to just be in my own energy anyways with that. And so now, like, going back to, that's my point, is just collabing. I really enjoy collabing with different teams, because it really, like, it allows you to really open up and have all of those different options, type of thing. But yeah, Joey, he's amazing. He's my director of photography. He's been with me from the very get-go, so I always like to take him with me wherever I can. Yeah, and he's also my best friend, so that's nice to have. Always
good, yeah.
Have him
have somebody. Yeah, you have somebody got your back.
I don't know.
He knows everything. He knows all the craziness that's
right.
That's gone on, and
I don't know how
story is something that that's happened in the field. He's like, oh my God, or just all of the good stuff. It's always good to have those people on your team that you can really count on. So I'm blessed to have him, for sure.
Have y'all ever actually met Natalie in person?
No, I've never met Natalie in person.
No, I've never met Howard in person.
Okay.
No.
If you meet Natalie in person, she's her energy. She doesn't try to overpower anybody else's energy or tell you, this is how you do things. This is how you, that's not who she is. She'll sync with you and work with you. And it's really neat if you get a chance to just kind of get her alone and work.
I don't think she would want to be alone with me, because if she sank with my energy, she would be
I don't either.
sinking.
We're not going to go there. I don't either.
She would actually sink. I mean, it would bring her down a couple of notches in her belt. I mean, she didn't really want to. No,
or she might bring you up a few notches out of the toilet.
I'll be on the rim then. I'm not leaving that.
Adrian, it was amazing to meet you in person the first time as well. We super clicked. So, I look forward to the future, and I'm really grateful to have been, on your back-to-back show for the kickoff. And again, and a huge congratulations to y'all on Things Network. This is incredible. A big prosperous future for you. Many blessings. That's my wish for all of you.
Thank you.
We're going to try. Everybody here is just amazing. I love everybody in the network. Everybody works together so well.
No arguing, no bickering.
Brought some of the new shows into the network. I wasn't sure how they were going to react, but some of those shows I brought in, it's like, man, they've even surprised me at times.
We got new shows too.
Everybody's got to start somewhere. It doesn't matter.
Yep. It's just like the lady that's coming on, the ladies that are coming on right after us is the Alabama Skeleton Key. And that's with Terry Wilson. I know Terry, but she's an amazing woman. She was the first paranormal investigator that I actually invited to my home to investigate my home. And and that's what she was just saying, because she talked to my mother and everything. She said that I should get my mother on here and let her talk just the stories that my mother would. And because it's not just my home. My home's really, it has a lot here, but it's the whole area. It's the whole area. It's just really active.
Yeah.
So, she wanted to bring that, and I'm like, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, nah, I don't think my mom would go for anything like that. Because I tell you what, you think I'm loud, and my mom's a strong woman. I tell you that. She raised three of us like and we all turned out. Yeah, we all batshit crazy in my family.
Yeah. I'm a lot like my mom too. My mom always really raised us to like honor our free will. She was very, very heavy on that we should always honor our free will and others' free will and be open minded. So I got a lot of that from her. She's very much a sensitive as well, medium. She knows a lot, and her knowledge is incredible. She spent years not only just on that side of things and studies and everything. So like her and I have the coolest conversations, and I never really like talk about her. She's always asked me, never talk about me. So that's really as far as I'll go. But my point is that I love talking to my mom about these sorts of things. Like her and I can have conversations, and like really go into some really cool things that I wouldn't necessarily have that conversation with someone else, right? So I think it's a cool thing that your mom raised you that way, and you and your siblings. It's a very good quality to have.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom, she actually was the one who brought me into the paranormal field. She was the one who introduced it to me more than my dad. My dad doesn't believe in any of it until recently, about 6 months ago. He kind of frowned on what I was doing, what I've been doing, and he would tell me I need to give this stuff up. You need to get work on my foundation and stuff, and that's something that you need to be. Until, like I said, about 6 months ago, he called me up and he said, I need to talk to you. And I said, fine. We talked, and he said he got scared. He got really scared. He was spooked big time. And I said, what's up, Dad? And he says, I just seen Jessica, my daughter, and she was sitting at his house and on a porch swing. And he doesn't believe in us. He's very skeptical. And he saw my daughter sitting on the porch swing, favorite spot where she would go over there and visit. She would just sit out there and just swing all day long, just sit on this porch swing. And he said he saw her, and it cut him to the core. It did. Yep. So now, if he's a believer, I don't know. He's seen what he saw, though.
But you like saw a different side of him, felt a different side.
Oh yeah, he was definitely open now. He was definitely open. Yeah. Before he was, like I said, he was shut off. He was skeptical. He didn't believe in none of this stuff. It was all buoy, and until he actually saw what he saw, and then it changed his mind about a lot of stuff in the paranormal field.
Your daughter, though, is a very strong energy. She's very strong.
Oh, I know.
If she wants to make her presence known, it's known.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. She's.
It don't matter who it is. She's like, here I am.
You got another screen opening up, buddy? You must have froze. Nick, you got two screens.
Oh, there's two of Nick. I need another one of me.
Nick, okay, we only need one of you, bud. You're good looking, but only one of you.
One's the frozen Nick.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
Looks like you guys are seeing double here. There we go.
I told my partner here at Paraflix and at Strange Goat Media, Mike Hatcher, one day. It makes me laugh every time I think about it, because I told him, I needed another one of me to, with all this stuff. And he goes, we do not need another Natalie Jones. The world does not need.
One's enough.
I'm like, okay, fine. One's enough. Then it always makes me laugh. And he, of course, it was just like y'all do, poke fun or whatever. So, but that's great that everyone gets along really well, and that's how it should be. It makes for a really, really healthy, environment, and it goes from the inside out, and just watch it grow. So,
I mean, when they first started this network, Natalie, and they came up, they said that I was told that they had 4 pages of rules when you had to come on when you did a show. And I looked at those rules and I said, well, 3.5 of those pages I've done already broke or will break. So that's out of the question. So those rules are I'm not going to follow any of that. I just do what I do, and we'll take it from there. And so far, it's been a great experience. I mean, the people that run the network and who are affiliated with the network, I consider family. I mean, I'm not just saying family. I mean, these are family. When I say family, like if you run out of toilet paper, I'll lend you a roll. You know, come borrow some, or it's like borrowing sugar or something. Or you coming over for Thanksgiving, or that type of family. Not just saying, oh, they're family. No, these people are family, and I get along great with all of them. I guess it's like that old saying: you can't you can pick your friends, but not your family. Well, I beg to differ on that. I think you can actually pick your family too.
That's awesome.
Adrian's like the little stepsister I never had.
Aww.
Redheaded stepchild. Nick's like my son. He's young. He's a young man. So I can't say he's like my brother. He's more like my son. So, and then you got, Scott. Scott's like that little chihuahua that just won't leave you alone. And then you got Tim Kohler. He has half of my brain. And then Crystal's like the mama. She tries to keep everybody in check and in line. And then you got Jeremy. Jeremy's like that. I don't know. Jeremy's like that. Jeremy's Jeremy. Let's put it. He's that fictional character that you had. Oh, look who it is. Look. It's the Wookiee. It's the Wookiee himself. I was talking about the Wookiee himself.
Are you still calling me the Wookiee?
The Wookiee.
You look great.
I thought you.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Natalie.
Hello, nice to meet you too. How you doing?
Wonderful.
The owner of Paraflix and the owner of the Things Network. How you like that?
That's great. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Same here.
We had Scotty on.
Stroke it. Stroke that beard.
All right, only for you.
Okay.
There it goes.
She has this thing
down. That's very impressive.
She has this thing about my beard.
Wait a minute, we're going to bring in Nick again.
What's wrong with Nick? What's going on with Nick here?
Must be Wi-Fi connection.
Are you back?
Hey, Nick, I'm the one who's supposed to have the Wi-Fi connection.
It's the damn connection that keeps breaking up. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
You should have seen a Halloween special, Natalie. I wore 3 costumes.
Yeah, why isn't that happening back to you yet?
All at one time. I had a clown's mask on at first, and I took the clown's mask off, and then underneath that, I was Jeremy York. I had the long hair, I had the beard and the mustache and all that stuff. Yep. And then I pulled that off, and then I had a bald cap with a goatee, and then I was Tim Kohler. All in one. I just kept pulling masks off. I was like, oh, that was a pretty good show. That one. So why aren't you in indoor? I thought you was on the planet indoors visiting the folks.
Are we?
Well,
oh, that's for Jeremy. Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't a question for me. Sorry.
I'm just taking a little break from vacation and figure I'd make an appearance on this show because it's the first one of the season.
Yeah, it's a good one too.
First one of the season.
Yeah.
And we have a great guest. We got Miss Natalie Jones on here tonight. So I mean, they even made it better.
I know. I hated having to miss this show, but sometimes you just need to take a break.
I understand.
Yeah.
We've actually been keeping the show kind of like PGR tonight.
Yeah. It might be my fault. I kind of did a little thing last night to Howard on Swamp Talk, and I said we got to keep it Natalie rated. So
Natalie rated.
You know what? This is
Natalie rated.
We've gotten naughty for sure.
Oh my God.
Adrian dropped the F-bomb.
Yep.
And I ate Wendy's cheeseburger today.
Yeah, she had a hamburger today.
No, forget the cheeseburger. It's the chicken sandwich. That's the best out of Wendy's.
Yeah.
Oh, the chicken nuggets. Because Scotty was in.
You're right.
Scotty was on here begging for freaking nuggets. He was patting at the door.
Howard, can I let you in on a little secret?
No secret.
I've been watching the show since the moment you got live.
I know. I've been watching you in here.
Uh-huh.
I've seen you made some comments too.
I have made some comments.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not filling you in on anything you didn't already know. This is true.
Yeah. Yep. I was laughing at Adrian when she dropped the bomb. I was laughing at Nick when he took off for the minute.
Yeah. And I said that I would be right back, and then Adrian's like, "Where have I been?" I said I was going to be gone for a minute.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I missed all that.
I've enjoyed this show. I've enjoyed just watching you.
Yeah. Did you see me do this with the nipple?
That I did not see, and I'm actually glad I didn't see it.
I was showing up the Things logo. Look, Things Network.
Yep, Things Network. Proud of you, Howard.
Right.
I don't get to say that to you very often.
I was rubbing my nipple at the same time.
Well, don't do that with that shirt on.
Probably best if you don't.
Oh, Lord. I can hear Jackie in the next room laughing.
You decided to come on, Jeremy. I know you're taking a little bit of a break, but I heard you're going to be on the podcast tomorrow night too. So, take it easy, take it in stride.
Okay. So I have been trying to take this vacation, but it seems like every day people are messaging me for something.
Yeah. And I got a message you later too.
Something that really can't be controlled because it is something that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the reason that I'm doing the podcast tomorrow is because Tim and Crystal are getting ready for their daughter's wedding. Yeah. So that's why I'm doing the show tomorrow.
You want me to do the 13th tomorrow?
Yeah.
This is
you want me to do
it? No, not you. No.
I'll do the 13th convention.
Oh.
Yeah,
the Adonis.
I'll have him feel like on the 13th dimension.
He's known as the Adonis.
Oh, wow. How did that come about?
No,
There's a story. I can feel there's a big story behind this.
There is a story behind it, but what happens after the shirt is where the real story comes in.
Should I have not asked that question? Am I in for this one? Is it a good one?
So what it was is that Stephen did this thing with a shirt for John Doherty. And I was just joking, hey, put my face on a shirt, you know? I don't care. I don't care to have my face on a shirt. But Stephen did. And then Stephen took it a step further. And I did not know this until maybe 2 or 3 days after he had done it, when I started going through the website for all of this merchandise. I come across this piece of clothing that had my face on it, and it was women's leggings.
No, spandex with his face on it. And then when I told you about that spandex, and I ain't see nobody selling them, because that's what I told you about that spandex with your face.
And they've said that about 40 of them had sold, and I haven't seen one person wear them, which I'm kind of glad.
For now, at least.
I know Adrian wanted to try to get everybody who bought it to wear it in Kansas. And there was no way I was going to show my face that there was a whole bunch.
Wait, I'm just thinking of this. I'm going to have to jump in here. I was thinking of this because this is the Pitre Dish. Jeremy York, you're single.
Oh, Lord.
Natalie Jones, you're single.
Oh no!
Stop it, Howard. Stop it, Howard.
No way.
Hey, Howard, you are 4 days too late.
Yeah.
I'm never late.
Wait, what?
Jeremy got in a relationship 4 days ago, and he just didn't tell you.
What?
Oh, did you?
Oh no way!
At the beginning of October, Howard and I were having a telephone conversation, and he told me that he was going to have me married by the end of the month.
I'm working on that.
He
Wow,
has
that's
missed
the
that
4 days
milestone
late, huh?
by 4 days.
See, he's still working on it.
I didn't know if you were serious about it. I'd get you married off. Now, I don't know what she's going to look like. I don't even know if she's going to be human, but I'll get you married off.
Oh
But here's the thing, Howard, coming from you, that scares the shit out of me.
Hi, Dylan. my fave is here, Dylan.
Hey, Dylan.
Hey,
Dylan's
Dylan.
my favorite.
What's up, Dylan? Good to see you here.
I can't.
So that's what I'm saying. I would be like, hey, go have dinner one place or somewhere and see how it works. So you never know. Never know.
Yeah, that is.
Go have a cup of coffee. Have a cup of coffee. Coffee done but about $8.
You're going to pay the travel costs?
Hell, I mean, I've done that. I've said speed dating in front of Starbucks. Got hit twice, but I did speed dating right through the drive-through. I tried to give out, hey, run me over.
Speaking of that, I saw something weird on social media like a couple weeks ago about some like paranormal dating app.
That's what I want to do. I want to do a show. I want to do a show, Paranormal Dating.
But don't you think like it kind of like defeats I feel like everybody already knows each other. So like if you have a paranormal dating app.
Well, you do, but none of them actually met. Some of them have never met.
Do you know how quickly everybody would know who was dating who on the app?
Oh my God.
Only if you tell somebody.
I tried one of those
but everybody tells everybody.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What she's getting at is that in the paranormal field, there is no such thing as privacy.
No, there's not. And if they don't know your business, they will make it up for you.
I will.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it'll happen.
I've had that happen to me too. People making stuff up.
Yeah, I know. I do that. I mean, yeah, that happens. It does happen. People make stuff up all the time.
It does. It's really bad because people are out to get other people. I mean, okay, if anybody wants to know my business, make it up for me. It'll probably be more entertaining than what the truth really is. Go ahead. I don't care.
Yep.
Mine too. It's all good.
I do want to clear one thing up. One, Howard never ever followed me or went into after I left a restroom in Kansas.
Howard, you lied, boy. You lied.
Can't hear you, Howard.
What
are you doing there?
No,
right where his booth was at. His booth was here. My booth was here. There's a hallway. You go down that hallway, it leads to the kitchen. Right by the kitchen, there's a bathroom right there. Walked in there. Here comes Shabby. I said, hey. So I walked in. Hey, shut the door right back.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. I just know that, as far as I know, you never went in there after me.
Yeah, I have.
You have? Okay, but I can guarantee you that smell did.
You should have went in behind me after that one.
That probably would have driven me and everybody else.
That was right next to the kitchen.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
You know, I thought there was something peculiar about that gumbo.
Hey, that was really real gumbo. I didn't mess with the gumbo. I don't mess with that. Don't mess with food.
I got to admit, that gumbo was really good.
It was. It was very good.
Yeah, that was good gumbo.
That's all that cracker put in it.
Oh man.
That's okay. We needed it for that weekend.
No,
We needed it.
You already told me the ingredients last night, and it sounds like it's really good.
That's a good gumbo.
None of that in it, from what you explained last night.
That's good.
Yeah. Chicken and sausage. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Made my own roux. Make my own roux. Everything.
Now, is that a recipe that was passed down through your family?
Yes, my grandmother and my mother taught me that recipe.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of love that goes into it too.
Yep. That's the way I talk. My mom taught me. She said, "You will never have to depend on a woman. I'm gonna teach you how to cook." And she taught me how to cook, and then I did the same in return to my kids, my daughter especially. I taught her, "Hey, this is how you change a tire on a car. This is what you do here." She never would have to depend on a man.
That's good.
Oh,
Yeah, my dad raised me to be very.
Yeah, I need to go back about 30 years and learn that lesson.
Oh, we got to get off.
Yeah,
I forgot. We can't. We got to get off at a certain time. So
one thing really quick, something that Pamela said with the leggings, you have to be careful where the face is placed.
Wait,
yes,
That's where my eye was at, Pamela. Right smack dab in the middle.
Wait, what?
Yes, it was.
I don't get it.
Yeah, where the face was printed on the legging.
In the crotch, Nick. In the crotch.
Oh,
Nick.
oh my
It was
God.
right there. Yeah,
so that wasn't a good. Yeah, that's why I said no. So right now we're getting ready to cut off from 7, and it's 9 o'clock. Everybody, stay tuned. We have the Alabama Skeleton Key. It's a new show that's coming on. It's their first night actually broadcasting, so be nice to them. They're going to screw up, and we can laugh at them later. So y'all stay tuned and watch them. It should be an entertaining show.
Should be a good show.
Good night,
right, guys.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Lots of love. Mwah.